Well, hello. Thank you for coming to my page. This is my first video and hopefully I do okay. So today I'm going to be making curry ground turkey with black beans and rice and some tarragon roasted carrots on the side. So the first part of this video, we're going to be focusing on the curry ground turkey. So right now I'm cutting up some yellow onion, some green onion, or you could call it scallion, 2 cloves of garlic, and some thyme. I'm just gonna cut this stuff up real quick and pop it in the pan, which you will see soon. Hope everybody feeling good today. I know I am. My son is taking a nap, so I'm happy right now. I'm just focusing on this for now. And there's the green scallion being chopped up. Yep. A half of one of the white onions. Oh, sorry, yellow onions. And the other half. Now 2 cloves of garlic. I just use the knife to kind of smash it down and break it up. It makes it a little bit easier to chop up. Set that in a bowl. Put that to the side. And we're going to put some of that thyme now. This is fresh thyme. It's easy to just kind of peel off. You know, just grab it and pull the leaves the opposite direction. It makes it really quick and easy. Now here's the ground turkey. This is 2 pounds of lean ground turkey. We're going to first brown down our onion, garlic, green onions, and our thyme in some olive oil. Now some of the spices I'm going to use is the curry powder from Trinidad and Tobago, some liquid aminos, the Bragg's liquid aminos, and also from Trinidad, the green seasoning, and from Jamaica, some Walker's Wood mild jerk seasoning. And also threw some black pepper in there, some fresh ground black pepper. I personally prefer the hot seasoning, but my dad he doesn't like too much heat. Here I have some fresh herbs. This is parsley and cilantro. I'm gonna just cut that up real quick. Now I'm gonna put this stuff to the side because now we moved on to the portion for the rice. So I'm going to be actually adding these herbs to the rice later on. Some more green onion. Put that to the side as well. Don't ask, I don't know. This is the bowl from my rice cooker, which I absolutely adore. About a tablespoon of olive oil and 2 cups of parboiled rice. That's some tomato seasoning, and I'm just going to mix that up. Make sure I get my rice all coated with the oil. A 1 pound can of drained black beans. I left out the liquid from the can because I'm trying to keep it kind of low sodium as possible, and that was just some plain water. The recipe on the bag calls for 4.5 cups or 4.25 cups, but anytime I use my rice cooker, I notice if I drop a 1/4 cup from the instructions on the bag, it comes out a little bit better. Next, I'm going to start working on those tarragon roasted carrots. So here we got some carrots cutting up, and I took a piece for myself, of course, and there I'm adding the rest. Got a whole red onion. I'm gonna cut up the rest of that real quick. Now I'm gonna add some interesting stuff to this. Bear with me, it's good, trust me, it's good. All right, now to this bowl I'm gonna add agave. Not too much. It's about a teaspoon of agave. This one is the dark one. I like the flavor of this. It's a nice deep rich flavor. Then this is some sweet basil, some dry sweet basil. A little olive oil again, just to help things stick. Cinnamon, ground cinnamon, that was about a teaspoon as well. Now this I don't understand. This is my dad. I don't know why it's wrapped in foil, but that's the type of salt it is. It's a low sodium salt, and I put a very little bit. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why it's wrapped in foil. This fresh tarragon, I use about a sprig of it. The sprigs are normally pretty thick, that's why it looks like a lot. So by the time I don't normally cut it up, I just add it whole. So it's probably about 2 tablespoons of fresh. Yeah, I know I'm pissed off about that foil. I don't know, don't ask. My dad lives with me. I don't get it. But yeah, that's what he does. And some fresh cracked black pepper, of course. Gonna mix that all up. I already got my oven preheated to 400 degrees because I want this to get a nice golden crisp color to it. Got my sheet pan, a little oil in there as well. Move that around and just try to add an even layer of my carrots and onions and tarragon. And I'm gonna pop this in the oven real quick. Voila. Now my rice should be ready. So you can see the black beans have floated to the top. Next, I'm gonna add those fresh herbs that I cut up earlier. Make sure not to use them for anything else. That's the herbs and the green onion that now I'm adding to this. I'm just gonna use a spatula to do this so I can just kind of gently stir it around. Yeah, that steam just hit me in the face. But oh man, everything smells amazing. Now, if you follow my Instagram page, Chef Fiona Fifi, you'll know that I am a huge pre-portioner. I love pre-portioning meals. I've been doing this for years, and it got to the point that I'm like, I don't care if everything is healthy as long as it's pre-portioned. So generally I use about a cup for my carbs. Now this is carbs and protein because of the beans, so that's a plus. So I'm using a cup today. Now I'm pre-portioning for me and my husband for our lunches for the week. So that's what you see me got doing here. Yeah, that steam is kicking up and it smells so good. Almost done here. Scrape the bottom of that, don't miss any of that. Now I used to pull out my scale and everything, but I'm not like trying to lose weight or anything right now. It's just really to keep clean and keep healthy, but pretty much I'm satisfied with the weight I'm at right now. Now what happened was, normally I'm doing 9 plates, but somehow I picked out only 8 out of my pantry, so I had to go and grab another one. Luckily I had enough rice left over, which I was wondering why I had rice left over in the first place, so that's why. Next, I'm using a half a cup for my ground turkey mix. So, and there we go. Now it took about a half hour to cook down that curry ground turkey. I did leave a little liquid into the pan to just keep the turkey moist, because remember, after this, all this stuff is going to go in the fridge, and as things cool down, that turkey is going to start to absorb. Not to mention that, but also the rice is going to start absorbing liquid from the bottom. So I did leave a little liquid in the pan to help with that. Next are the carrots. Oh man, they look amazing and they smell good. The mixture of that tarragon with the cinnamon and the little agave, man, it smelled like Thanksgiving in here. It was really, really good. So I'm just gonna try to portion that out. When it comes to the vegetables, I don't really use any measuring cups or anything like that. As long as I have enough to go around, like vegetables to me is one of those things that you can have as much as you want. As long as I'm not like putting like a whole bunch of butter or anything like that, anything that is like counteracting the whole point of why I'm pre-portioning. So when it comes to veggies, I tend to just be like, whatever. Now I'm just using the back of the spoon to kind of spread things out around the plate, spread around my rice and everything to make things look nice and neat, and you don't see a bunch of holes. You're not seeing the plate on the bottom. Just to make it look appetizing. Just because we pre-portion it in a plastic container doesn't mean it shouldn't look appetizing. Trust me, I'll be having my coworkers looking at my food like, what the hell is that? What's going on there? My husband too. His coworkers too. There's one of his coworkers want him to bring one of my plates. I'm like, man, I pre-portioned enough for the week for us. Yep, and that's one of the covers. I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit. You know, food safety. I'm gonna let it cool down in the fridge for a little bit before I start covering it, just to make sure I don't get no food poisoning. And that's it.
Video on YouTube, and I love to cook. I love doing pre-portioned things, so I really want to start. But why is my hair casting such a big ass shadow? Okay, but I love to cook and I love to post things about my food. So definitely check out my Instagram page. It's Chef Fiona Fifi, and if you want to see, these locks here are only 2 months old, and if you want to follow my journey on these, it's Locks on Fifi on Instagram as well. And I'll be posting more YouTube videos very soon. I'm gonna try to see if I can keep up with one a week, because I do pre-portion every single week. I have to, so I'm gonna try to see if I can, keep this momentum going. And if I do, I appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and not the video, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and go over to my Instagram page and do the same. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, and hopefully